God aften og rigtig hjertelig velkommen til på Cykeltur med Mads. Nu er det første dag af jazzfestivalen, den starter i dag, og derfor skal vi have noget jazz i de næste mange programmer. Den første gæst, han kommer fra Harlem, New York. Han hedder Luther Thomas. Han har været i Danmark i mange år nu, og han står lige herovre. Hello Luther.
What up, baby? My man, Mads, dog, but ain't good in my day.
Coffee, come on, sit down.
Yeah. Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
What a day. It's sunny today.
What?
Maybe if you sit a little at the side, if you move your back.
Here's better?
Yeah, this is better. Much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we up to? Where should we go?
Okay.
It's the first day of the jazz festival today.
Oh, man, let's go to the opener, man. Let's go to the beginning, man. Ground zero.
Ground zero, that's full place today. There's also Orion Brass Bands from Gråbrød og Torv. That's 1 o'clock. Maybe we should go and hit that. Oh, I have one problem with one camera.
I see it.
So you're playing the saxophone, Luther. Right now you're playing the flute, but normally you're playing the saxophone.
This is a saxophone. Well, the saxophone is actually a telephone.
Okay.
It's a means of communication. Look what we have here.
When did you start playing the saxophone?
Ooh, baby, now you want to get personal. Okay. A long time ago, the boy gong. Back in the days, man, when the TV was still black and white, and there was a chicken in every basket. Yeah. Where mom was dressed in high heel sneakers and high heel shoes, in a nice chiffon dress with an apron, fixing dinner, waiting on pops to come home with the gravy. Back then, man, in the 50s. I started playing saxophone in 1964, St. Louis, Missouri, the STL.
Okay, in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Were you born there?
I was actually born there.
Okay, but you grew up in Harlem, didn't you?
No, I grew up in St. Louis.
Okay, I just made an introduction saying you grew up in Harlem.
Well, if I think metaphysically and mentally and spiritually, musically, and a lot of different things like that, New York was a big training ground, and that was the experience. Yeah, of course. Everybody say they grew up there. They had made that, you know, that transition to the. You gotta get that shit hooked up, man. Take your time. Take your time. man, Christiania. Man, it's one of the, I gotta take my glasses off, give respect to the big place, man. You know, the 3 dots, man, the Christiania. Straight up, man. Yeah.
You like Christiania?
Oh man, it was one of the most fantastic places that I ever bumped into on the planet. Yeah, it was like being somewhere else, man. They called it a free state, and I guess they still call it that, you know. But it was, yeah. My music fitted right in with it. The whole atmosphere of the thing, you know. Say no to hard drugs. Now that's something, man. What a hospital, man, and the rehab it was. Christiania Rehabilitation. Oh.
You came to Denmark, you came to Christiania at the same time?
First time I ever came to Denmark, I had a gig. I was traveling with James Chance and the Contortions, punk rock band, one of the front runners in that whole punk movement from New York. We have been doing a lot of tours all over Europe. And this particular tour, we ended up, I think our last gig might have been for that tour at Cafe Roost.
Roost?
Yeah, Cafe Roost. Roost.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a friend that was living here, a drummer named Joe Raines. We used to live side by side in New York. We shared the same backyard in New York City. Okay. Anyway, he had a daughter here and kind of half a family, and he lived in Christiania. He read that the gig was happening, came and met me. Look out, dog. It's all good. I'm gonna hit it for you. Hit it, don't quit it. Look, the church, man. Oh, man. This church, I know I'm getting off the subject now, but we're passing by it right now. Copenhagen's one of its most famous landmarks.
Frelser Kirke?
Yeah. Vor Frelser Kirke. Had a great friend that was intern, and his begravelser, his funeral was there, Jens Block, who is really responsible for a lot of things that's happening in the Christiania Burner Theater Jazz Club. This guy
was one of the starters, the beginners, the pioneers.
He was the pioneer.
Jazz Club.
And min bedste ven på hele verden.
Yeah.
Him and Dexter Gordon, they were kind of like husbands-in-law.
Okay.
But yeah, man, Christiania. Well, you asked me when I first came, how did I first come to Christiania? Well, I did that gig with James Chance. Anyway, Joe Raines came over to the gig, the drummer that I was talking about. Yeah. He met me and James, and after the show, he brought me over to Christiania. He wanted to show me where he lived. I thought it was like maybe 3, 4 in the morning, man, very early. It was, oh man, it was pitch black. I didn't know where he was taking me. I thought it was some kind of little all-night carnival or circus or something. You know, I hadn't seen that many hippies together, man, in a long time. But you know, we left. I think we left the next day, going back to the States or something. But the people at Cafe Roost, I forget the guy's name. I think it was Lars or something like that. You know. Anyway, he knew of my music and some recordings that I had made. He had asked me, Luther, if you come back this way, maybe I'll give you some work. You let me know when you're coming. Okay. We had another tour, still with James Chance. Yeah. And that came up maybe a couple of months later, maybe 3 months. And so we left New York. We went on this tour promoting the Contortions' new record, of which I probably have been on so many of them. I forget the number. But so this time when the tour was over, the band went back to, the Contortions went back to New York City. And I think we were in Macedonia, yeah. We split up in Macedonia, man. I took whatever it took to get here, came all the way back. This was, I believe, in because the first time I came here was like 1996. 1996.
Okay.
And so
the Kulturby.
Yeah, IT. And the next time was like 1997, I believe. Sometime in the middle of the year. I came back after that tour. I did those gigs. I did the gig at the Cafe Roost. Joe Raines, he was hooked up with all the musicians in town. somehow he started talking to Anita over at the Oprah in Christiania, and she gave me some gigs, you know, some of those Thursday night gigs, a couple of them, and I met Yes Harpso from, he lived in the building and was the proprietor of Oasis, the cafe, the 3-star cafe in Christiania. Also, wait a minute, let me just get my groove on real quick since I took that sip of water. Because music is the healing force of the universe. It can do anything. You know, all you have to do is a little music. You don't need the pill. You don't need the medication. Sometimes you don't even need the therapy. Just a little soothing music is good if you come from it from a first-hand point of view too. You know, like you using it. We're gonna have a lot of music in the next week and a half here in Copenhagen with the Copenhagen Jazz Festival, which is really fantastic. I'm gonna talk about that later because there's no jazz festival that I have seen in my experience that's quite like that Copenhagen Jazz Festival. But back to Christiania and me staying here. I started doing those gigs. Looked up, I got one after another, mostly in Christiania, but I started meeting other musicians. I met Ben Yedek, it was a lot of jam sessions.
Ben Yedek?
Yeah, Ben Yedek.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Mr. Magic, man, he was so smooth, man. People was talking about him in the States. I had heard about Ben Yedek before I got here. Okay. From another saxophone player named Roscoe Mitchell from Chicago, that's part of the Art Ensemble of Chicago and the AACM music organization. He said, Ben Yedek turned me out, which means to everybody else in the world, Ben Yedek showed him the way through those changes, how to cross over that bridge, if you know what I mean, Charlie Parker. Don Cherry used to talk about, because he was a good friend of mine in New York. I met him, and we did a recording together with a group called Paranoise. But Don Cherry was always talking about Copenhagen. Man, you got to go to Copenhagen. You got to go to Copenhagen. And all my life, I've always had friends because I came through that Vietnam period. I had a few friends. They were soldiers in the United States military. And this must have been a big stop-off for them here in Copenhagen. A lot of them, because a lot of them are still here. Never went back home. They loved it so much. But
musicians that went from America over here, they never went back?
Yeah, a lot of soldiers, man, from that Vietnam period that I know of, yeah. I mean, they really talked highly about the freedom in Copenhagen, about the jazz music, man. They was talking about Montmartre and all of that stuff when I was a little boy. Listening to those stories and shit, man, I was like, oh, man. You know, and then, of course, all the records that were recorded live at the Montmartre.
Yeah, Montmartre must have been a great deal of that scene.
So, you know, this was like one of the headquarters, if not the headquarter.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. Technical difficulty. I need to be practicing right now. Ain't it stuff? Well, you got to keep it together and stuff, man. Oh,
so
man.
How does a jazz festival look like for you?
Oh, man, I love it, man. Every time it comes around, I can't wait for it to start. And usually, it's so much music, you can't wait for it to end.
Yeah, there's over 900 concerts.
Fantastic,
it's the biggest
man.
cultural event in Denmark.
One of the greatest shows on earth, believe it. You know, you ain't got enough body and soul to make all of it. You know, if you absorb as much as you can. It's coming all out of the streets. It's in front of your face. It's behind you, on top of you. It's in the canals. It's on the boats. You know, it's in every venue. It's in places that you would not even expect, man. It's jazz for kids, for old folk. We got jazz for ghosts. We got all kind of jazz here in Copenhagen. We got all kind of jazz. Is serious business here. You know, all kind of music, and it's got some of the best musicians here too, man. That's what I really loved about it too, man, was the quality of the musicianship. Met some of the greatest musicians, man, playing some of the best music. The schools must, you know, Rhythmicon, the Rhythmic Conservatory, the Royal Danish Conservatory. I mean, it's a lot of good education. I mean, this is one of the first places I ever came, Mass, where I saw a little kid, and not to discriminate with the children, because I can call you little kids because I can't call you that forever, but I'm talking, you know, or 10 years and younger, maybe 11, max 12. In the orchestra playing bebop charts, big band bebop charts, man, solos, everything, man. It's the real thing. Butter, smear.
Are you playing this festival?
I began on the 6th, which is Sunday night.
Yeah.
I hit at midnight with a fabulous lineup of musicians. Jeppe Graham, also Niels Davison, Mikkel Mark. We're gonna take you somewhere else, believe me, man. This group, wait till you hear it. If you this is at Christiania's Jazz Club, the immortal Christiania's Jazz Club, which I'm happy to say I'm one of the founding members of that organization since the Jens Block days. But that's where the gig is. It starts at midnight, and they got a fabulous lineup throughout the whole festival. Tonight we have my man Hjort. Oh, who? Piano player. I know his last name is something. I'm trying to think of his first name right now, boy, but he is something, man. I love him. We got Marko Martinovic. Jens Winters is coming up. I'll be there Sunday night with Mikkel Mark, Niels Davison, Jeppe Graham, myself. Also, Miloy Sabri is supposed to be there. I have another show coming up in the Jazz Festival with Christian Osgood. Now imagine this, Niels Davison, and Christian is one of the most fabulous drummers that Copenhagen has produced. And we want to thank God for his parents, man, for making him, man, because he's the real thing. And Mr. Niels Rickenbacker Davison, who can do it all, man. He's, you know, he's like Danish furniture. You dig? Everybody love him so much. You know, he's part of that Hugo Rasmussen extension. You dig? He got it all hooked up for real. Jeppe Graham's in the band. They blamed it on me, so it's called the Luther Thomas Quartet, and it might be a quintet. So, I flipped over. Unsko. I was talking about the next set. Also, Niels Davison with Christian Osgood. I flipped back to the first gig with Mikkel Mark.
That gig?
That is on Stubnitz. It's a boat?
Stubnitz.
Yes, yeah, Stubnitz. The boat. Yes, the boat, man. Yeah, Jazz Loco. How low can you go? Yeah, my man Giannis, man, he's the one hooking that up, man. with the jazz local people, man. They've been doing some fantastic things, man, giving some really great concerts. But we're doing that show there on the boat that night, and that'll be the 9th, and it's at Klokken 22, which is 10 o'clock p.m.
All right.
To all you others.
All you others.
The others. And we'll also be with that same group at the Jazz Juice Festival in Aarhus on the 18th. Now, the Dr. Eugene Chadbourne will be with the band. The band is called Gangsta Jazz because there's some gangster stuff. We're doing everything from ragtime to no time, from funk to monk. You name it, you might get it. You dig, wish for it, I'm gonna bless you with it. But the Dr. Eugene Chadbourne, straight from the motherland, Lower East Side, New York City, where everything is pretty. You dig, all you can eat, a guitar playing that you can't beat. He'll be rocking with the band that night. I want to say it again, it's Gangsta Jazz for all you gangsters that want to come down there, you dig, and get your thug on and everything else. You dig? It's gonna be in a mellow mood. We're gonna keep it peaceful, you dig, because it's all good and gravy. You dig? I hope to see you in the place, you dig. It's on the boat. It's really a small ship. You're gonna love it. The store under Langerbro, you'll find it. It's under that long bridge, not far from the train station, y'all. Y'all will find it, man. Look in your jazz program, man, for the Copenhagen Jazz Festival, man. You will find out where to go, you dig. We moving right up. We're getting close to it. We're getting close to it. You know, I want to tell you a little bit more about my life, you know, but then I might have to tell you something about my wife, you dig. I want to keep it, you dig, on the music tip, you dig, and get a grip, man, because, you know, I'm one of the OGs straight up from the motherland. All you can eat. You dig, want to get back. Mass got me moving and grooving. Let me drink some more magic water. I know y'all know this, man. You know, ooh, man, nobody drink more than these Danes. They love it, man. Back in the days when I used to like to have a beer every now and then, which is a long time ago now, I always thought, oh, man, this Danish beer, man, they must be lying about the percentage, man, because, you know, you could drink beer in America all day long and you wouldn't get drunk off of it. But here's a different story. So I want everybody to chill, man, and make sure, you know, watch out for your neighbor, man, because, you know, he might not be able to watch out for himself, man. This is Denmark, man, and when they have a party, they really get it on. We got a man walking down the street right now with a saxophone. I probably know him, you dig? I'm gonna give him a shout out.
Now we reached, oh, the cameras are fucking up again.
You got it. Come on now, hook it up, man. Hook it up right, man. Hook it up so it'll be right all night. Yeah.
We Skråbrødre Torv, where the Orient Street
these are my
Parade
personal boys right here, man, and I'm down with them too. You're looking at the MC, man. I'm the MC for the group, and they fabulous too, man. One of my favorite groups, Jazz Kamikaze. There's been so many fabulous musicians here, man, in the audience. Baby, we coming up with some music right now. I told you, man, the music is everywhere. This is the beginning of the Jazz Festival. It's at FEMIIT, which is 5 to 1 p.m. to you outer space people. You dig? But I'm here with my main man, Maz. You dig? You see, he got me hooked up on the rig. I'm gonna kick my feet up, man, and look at the Danes, man, cause yeah,
the we have to make an outro now.
We make the outro now.
We'll make an outro now.
Okay.
I have to say thank you for the viewers to watch this first program of the Jazz Festival. Also the first program to be sent on Nørrebro Lokal TV. And thank you, Luther Thomas, for guesting the rickshaw. And I love to see you at the festival. Thank you.
Did I lose my glasses?
No. Never.
I hope not.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you have the glasses.
I have the glasses. Okay. You say when. We're going to get it on.